Welcome back to Auto Car Service, the place where we bring you the most detailed and honest reviews of the cars you care about. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update on your favorite rides. Today we are diving into something practical, rugged and built to work. It is the 2025 Nissan NP200, and this time Nissan is bringing some meaningful updates that aim to push this budget-friendly Bakkie into the modern era without losing its classic appeal. So what exactly is new and what makes this compact utility vehicle stand out in 2025? Whether you are a small business owner, a weekend adventurer, or someone who just needs a reliable workhorse, the NP200 has probably been on your radar. And now with the new updates, it has a few more reasons to stay there. Starting with the exterior, the 2025 NP200 holds on to the same overall design language that has made it so popular over the years. It is still compact, still light on its feet, and still very functional. But Nissan has added a few subtle design tweaks that make it feel a little more current. The front grille is now sharper with a more defined pattern, giving it a bolder look. The headlights are still halogen but have been restyled for a more aggressive shape. The body lines are slightly more pronounced, and depending on the trim you now get some optional alloy wheels which elevate the stance just a bit. Now let us talk about the engine, because that is the heart of any utility vehicle, and this one is no exception. The 2025 Nissan NP200 comes with a tried and tested 1.6-liter petrol engine. It delivers around 64 kilowatts of power and 128 newton-meters of torque. Those numbers might not sound very high, but for a vehicle of this size and purpose it is more than adequate. The power delivery is smooth, the throttle response is predictable, and it offers a decent amount of pull, especially when the load bay is not fully packed. What is really impressive is how Nissan has tuned this engine for fuel efficiency. In city driving conditions you are looking at roughly 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers, and on the highway it can dip even lower. For small businesses or anyone looking to keep running costs low, this is a major plus. And with its 5-speed manual transmission, the gear changes are crisp and engaging, giving drivers full control, especially when navigating tight urban roads or rural terrains. One thing to keep in mind though is that the engine is not built for speed. This is not a performance vehicle, and it is not pretending to be one. But it excels in durability and reliability, which is exactly what its target audience wants. You can drive it hard day in and day out and it will still keep going without breaking the bank. When it comes to maintenance, now moving inside the cabin, and things get a little more interesting than before. The interior of the 2025 NP200 has received some thoughtful updates. It still keeps that simple and functional layout, but now adds a few touches of comfort that make a big difference in everyday use. The headline for the interior is "Functionality meets subtle refinement." Nissan has kept the dashboard design minimal, with hard plastics that are easy to clean and durable enough to withstand regular use. The instrument cluster is clean and easy to read, with analog dials and a small digital trip meter. You get manual air conditioning on most trims and a basic but effective infotainment system that includes Bluetooth, USB and O connectivity. There is no fancy touchscreen here, but that actually plays into the no-nonsense personality of the NP200. The seats are covered in durable fabric that feels tough yet comfortable. There is a decent amount of cushioning and support, especially for longer drives. Storage space is surprisingly generous for a compact vehicle. There is a deep glove box, door pockets and cup holders placed conveniently. The load bay remains one of the biggest in its class, giving you over 800 kilograms of payload capacity, which is honestly one of the main reasons why this vehicle continues to be a favorite among tradespeople and delivery services. In terms of comfort, the ride quality is a bit firm but not uncomfortable. The suspension setup is clearly tuned for load carrying, and it handles rough roads and potholes with confidence. Cabin noise is still present, especially at higher speeds, but it is manageable. You can hold a conversation or take calls without too much interference, which is more than enough for a utility-focused vehicle. When it comes to safety, the 2025 NP200 keeps things basic but solid. You get dual front airbags, ABS with EBD, and a reinforced cabin structure. No advanced driver assistance systems here, but again, this is not aiming to be a high-tech luxury vehicle. It is about delivering practicality and reliability at a reasonable price point. Now let us talk about price and value, because this is where the NP200 truly shines. In a market where prices are going up across the board, the NP200 continues to be one of the most affordable new utility vehicles you can buy. Whether you go for the base model or one of the slightly more equipped variants, you're still looking at a great return on investment, especially if you are buying this as a business asset. And of course, running costs are low, maintenance is affordable, parts are readily available, and fuel economy is solid. Plus the resale value remains strong because there is always demand for reliable compact pickups. So who is this vehicle for? If you are a tradesperson, a delivery driver, or someone who needs a second vehicle for hauling things around, the NP200 is still a top contender. It is not flashy and it is not loaded with tech, but it gets the job done, and it does it well. Now in terms of competition, there are a few other players in this space, but many of them have either become too expensive or have gone too far into the lifestyle segment, trying to be stylish instead of useful. The NP200 keeps its identity clear and focused, which is a big part of its appeal. It is a workhorse first and everything else second. What Nissan has done with the 2025 model is not revolutionary, but it is smart. They have kept what works, improved a few weak points, and offered a package that makes sense for its target market. You do not need to reinvent the wheel when you have something that already works well. Just make it a little better year after year, and that is exactly what this update feels like. To wrap it up, if you are looking for a budget-friendly, reliable, and efficient utility vehicle that can handle daily tasks without fuss, the 2025 Nissan NP200 is still one of the best options out there. It is not going to turn heads or win any design awards, but it will show up every day ready to work, and that might be exactly what you need. Thanks for watching this in-depth review here on Auto Car Service. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real-world reviews on practical vehicles, be sure to subscribe and drop a comment below. Let us know what you think of the 2025 NP200 and if there is another model you want us to cover next. Until then, drive safe and keep your ride in top shape.